What is good, y'all? It's your game, man. It's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another Detroit Tigers rebuild video, baby. Today, we're going to go ahead and try to wrap up the end of this season for you guys. Get into the last final games. Go ahead and wrap up where we are standing-wise, seeding-wise. Look at those end-of-the-year stats. So if you guys are looking forward to all that information and ready to get into another postseason, go ahead and hit the video with a like, subscribe if you're brand new to the Family Man Road to 1K, and let's keep the season pushing forward as we try to go back-to-back. And here we're focusing on a series against the Twins, despite it being, pretty one-sided. As you can see, we've won the first game 7-1, second game 4-2, so only giving up 3 earned runs in the series and going for a sweep here. We wanted a chance to go ahead and look at one of our main starters. We have Leo Franco that we called up for the September call-ups. He was hurt to start it out. Now he's better and back. He's put in a little bit of work in a couple of off the bullpen roles. So we want to bring him in here against a little cupcake game as we look to not only get win number 100, but try to wrap up this #1 overall seeding, as it looks like we could do just that with the Astros being at 91. That would put us a full 9 games above them. And then give us 4 games above the Padres, as they're also one of the only other teams to clinch a playoff spot at all, with still only just like 2 weeks left in the season. Now we'll be going up against Lewis Gill, who's had a pretty shaky season to say the least, so we should be able to get a lot of run support up for the young buck. But we'll be mainly focusing on Leo Franco to see, could he have made a good starting pitcher at the major league level had we not hit our goal and need to do even more seasons past this one. So we're going to go ahead and try to get a little bunt work here to get the game started, but too quickly thrown down to first base. And let me know how you guys are enjoying the series. If you guys loved every minute of it, who are some of your favorite players from this series? Who are some of your favorite come up stories? We had a lot of guys. I feel like most of our team has been either guys that were already here, a couple of free agent additions, a couple of trade pieces, and then draftable players, but none of them drafted and worked their way through the minors. Even Morris Jones was kind of ready to come up here immediately. We just let him stay down there to get even more development for just 1 season and brought him up. But the other 2 guys, Keith Clemens, Fernando Gonzalez, both were already MLB ready out the draft, and we had brought them up immediately to go and start their journeys at the major league level. Didn't let them get any time in the minors. So pitching staff wise, I don't think we really kind of picked up any pitchers that have made any kind of really significant boost. All of our starting rotation was already here. We went and picked up a couple of free agents additions. As far as drafted players, though, we didn't really draft anybody but one in our bullpen that happens to make any kind of impact at all, as we see Leo Franco get his first strikeout as a starter. We don't want to take away from that at all. Like I said, we want to focus on this young man starting already off the bat. First 2 he sees, he sets down on strikes. And he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of pitcher anyway. Not a very high strikeout per 9. His home run per 9 is also pretty low too as well. So those will be his 2 error points. But get through the first inning, he's able to set him down 1, 2, 3. And again, like I said, against a little weaker of a lineup, so I wanted to get him in here with Casey Mize being one of the only stars that we have in the rotation that's not in the top of the league in wins, that could potentially, lead the league in it. So me caring about stats, he was the first person I thought of to go ahead and get a pinch start in for Leo Franco. So his only 2 options was this or the Milwaukee Brewers, who right now are fighting for that 1 seed, 2 seed, at least first round bye on the NL side. So we definitely wanted to get him in on what we thought would be a weaker opponent. And they must have heard that and took heed to it, because that is a long fly ball there into the upper deck, all the way back into the grass. 426 feet for Alex Kiloff, his 22nd home run of the season. And like I told you guys a split second ago, the home run per 9 stat was low on Leo. So home runs might be a little bit of a problem here. We'll have to keep watch for those lefties, see if they keep pulling it over that way. But expect maybe a lot of hard hit balls here as he's finally facing off against what I would say his first major league experience. I think he has 1 game up to this point of 2 innings, 2 2/3 innings of long relief that he had a little bit before this. But outside of that, this is really his first kind of good look at major league bats. And I mean, so far he's not doing terrible. He's seen now his 7th batter here, and only one of them have been able to do anything outside of that home run. He's been good as he gets yet another strikeout there on that curveball, just looking so mean. I wanted to probably add him a 5th pitch here, because I see most of the guys in our rotation do have 5. So it would have been a pretty cool storyline. He comes up and immediately learns a 5th pitch from all his seniors. But I decided against it. This also will give me a good look and advice too of what we'll be doing for the postseason roster. If Leo's able to come up and produce pretty well, one of the ideas I think I had pitched an episode ago That's why you guys got to make sure you guys are watching all the way to the end. Was actually moving Jordan Hicks from long relief to the bull to just regular middle relief, and letting Leo and Matt Manning handle the long relief role. So having basically 7 starters up here, moving down Clevenger into the AAA, AA, down to the minor leagues, and letting Jordan Hicks be one of the clutchest guys that we have in the bullpen to go ahead and add up with the rest of the guys that we have in place. So let me know what you guys think about that move, if it would be smart for us. Now here, we are in the top of the 4th. We have yet to see really any kind of offense get going, but a leadoff double goes into Vladimir Guerrero, taking that one to the upper deck. I don't even know how that wasn't a no-doubter, because that one didn't even come down to the lower platform. That ball was long gone. Home run number 34 of the season for Guerrero, and he's just telling the crowd to shh. Y'all thought y'all had the lead, but don't forget who runs this AL Central Division. How poetic it is, too, as well. His first start will be against a, division rival here with the Minnesota Twins. As a lot of times when I was growing up and I was really into baseball back in, I'd say the last time I was kind of really seriously into baseball was in the early 2000s. So, 2005 to 2010, really I was kind of in it deep. At least from what I was seeing, the Tigers and Twins had great games against each other. The Tigers were actually good, at least decent back then, fighting for the top of the division. The Twins were good back then. So I would consider this a very strong division rival. Maybe it's not all time, as that's a ball that's gone. I'm over here trying to talk about my childhood, and Andrew Vaughn says, shush all that noise. I'm taking this ball out the park. 2-run shot for his 26th of the season, 408 feet. And just like that, the lead went from them having it 1-0 to us 4-1. This offense amazes me every single day. And let's see if we're even done here before I go ahead and jump right back into my story. As Gonzalez flies that one out to left field. Keith Clemens now. And Gill's pitching pretty strong. I mean, the pitch count's still low. Only about to pitch number 30 here. As he's looking to try to calm himself down after giving up the 4-piece this inning. Gets a ground ball over the shortstop to throw over. And we're out of the inning just like that. But let me know down below if you guys are Twins fans, Tigers fans. Is this a very serious rivalry? Where would you guys rank it among other Major League Baseball rivalries? Are we talking, Yankees, Red Sox? Obviously, nothing will be, I don't think it would better be quite that high. But are we talking in that same ballpark, Yankees, Red Sox rivalry? Are we talking, maybe something a little bit less, but still as important, maybe Yankees, Mets? Just that's only a rivalry because they play in the same city, not necessarily talent-wise. But, let me know what kind of level of rivalry is this? Where would you rank this as far as MLB rivalries go? So, with that being said, we got that question of the day out of the way. Let me make sure you guys put that down in the comment section. Let's get right back into this start as Leo Franco actually gave up a base hit. And we're looking to try our best to calm things down as we get another strikeout there on Byron Buxton. That running fastball just keeps moving away from people. Way too early on the swing. It looked like for that too, as well as Alex will come back up, providing the only offense for him at this point. He's not providing any more right now, as that'll be a clutch double play that goes and ends the 7th inning for us, taking us to the top of the 8th. As we have Riley Green, who's 2 for 3 on the day, and we look to try to get a little bit more O going. Ronnie Henriquez is on the mound now for the Twins, as they've dipped into their bullpen after not letting Lewis go too much farther after that 4-run inning. But it looks like we've been pretty held quiet since then, too, so both sides making good decisions here as we're able to get a couple of runs. They put in some new arms to hold us steady. But Leo is pitching fantastically on the other end. So this 3-run lead might be all he needs. Full count. Left, right over the plate. And that ball will be taking a long ways. Way out of here over past that little arched out seating. And I said we got to keep watch on the lefties and see if they kept pulling it. It just so happened it turned into our lefties pulling that ball over the wall. 15th home run of the year for Riley Green, increasing the lead up to 4, 5-1 ball game. And this has been a crazy game for us here. There's still no outs in this inning, so there's still plenty of time to do even more damage. As that was pretty well hit, though, on the outside part of the plate. You want to hit that opposite field, not pull it. So it goes right to a glove. Gonzalez follows it up, swinging through. Ooh. Changeup had him looking kind of foolish that time around, all the way in the dirt. Then he's going to raise it up a little bit and get a little bit better result as that one goes right to the left fielder. And then it'll be Keith. Popping up. Settling underneath it. No infield fly rule, but he will take care of it with ease. And I'll take us down to the bottom of the 8th. Just 6 more outs. And Leo Franco is at 66 pitches. That's what being a pitch to contact guy can do for you when you're good at it. Keeps your pitch count low. Energy good. It helps you going deep into ball games. At this point, even though he's giving up 1 run, I'm thinking about a complete game here possibly. If he doesn't lose the control over here. Trevor Story's over at first base with the leadoff base hit. Brian Wochio. Twins fans, y'all gotta let me know down below how to say that because I can't say that one. But hey, I know what I can say. Gets caught looking at strike 3 as that running fastball had that man froze. He'll have to go heat up on the sidelines. I said sideline because it's football. In the dugout. As we go ahead and go to the next batter here, Francisco Mejia. Trying to get him to chop one on the ground if possible, but instead he'll lift it up to Badu for out number 2. And despite the easy bars, Leo Franco this time around getting a little bit more trouble as he came in. You saw he had 66. He's leaving with 84, but still good on stamina, good on pitch control. I think we let him come out for the 9th and see, especially with a 4-run lead, we're not too worried about the game getting, blown out in just like a couple bad pitches. It's going to take a little bit more work. So maybe get the bullpen, get Jordan Romano going, try to get that league-leading 56 save I think he's up to now. So continue to go towards that record. Yeah, there it is. AL leading save total up to 55. Just trying to get up to 56 today if the inning does go bad for us. But we do have an opportunity here to get some more spare runs as that's not going to do it. And it'll take a 2-out rally here at the top of the lineup, though. As I noticed that Ronnie is still in this ballgame, too. He's been in since the 7th, really. So I've always been out here working. Pitch count still low. Just about to hit pitch number 30 here. As it will be 30 pitches. That goes ahead and settles our offense down completely. As now it'll be up to the Twins. 3 outs left to go. 4 runs to overcome. He's going to start with the top of the lineup here. Kyle Tucker. 0 for 3 on the day. That's upstairs. 1-2 count here to Kyle Tucker as Frank still looking kind of good, but now he's starting to lose a little bit of control of the pitches. 2-2, chopped on the ground. That's going out to Badu. So base hit here. I'm not too scared still. Like I said, with his pitch count being, if his pitch count were higher, I probably would have the bullpen out a little bit more, but with it being this low and then getting a 1-pitch double play makes it even better. As now it's 2 outs. And Carlos Correa is going to have to make something happen. 90 pitches. I'm not even thinking about putting in the closer right now. He's going to have to get like 3-4 consecutive hits up right now before I think about throwing that closer in. Finish your complete game if you can, as that's going to be in on the hands. He's just now getting the I'm tired message here with only what could be 2 pitches left. 1-2 to Correa. Lines it out to third base, and we're able to glove that one in. And that'll be a great Tigers victory here. Doesn't mean too much. That is our 100th win. We'll have to go back and see if that gives us the first round bye. So, I guess it does come with some pretty serious implications. But also, Leo Franco goes 9 straight innings here to get the complete game victory. His second on the season, as the first one he came in for the 2 2/3 got credited to his victory. So, not his first ever MLB victory. His first ever MLB start victory, though, is a quality start. It's a from start to finish. And I can't even remember how many strikeouts he finished with this game with. I think it was around like 9. My boy had them looking silly all day with the curveball was breaking them phenomenally. The running fastball was looking good. We'll look at the pitch analysis here at the end. But 8 strikeouts, 5 hits, 1 earned run in this 9-game complete game. And the offense showed out too as well. 10 hits overall, 3 for Riley Green, 2 for Akil Badu. Morris kind of having an 0 for day at the top, but Green's 15th home run. Guerrero gets up to 117 on his RBIs. And Vaughn is 4 solo home runs away from a 30 and 100 season. So let's hope he can get it. Morris Jones gets stolen base number 37. And Franco, everything was phenomenal about everything that he did here today. ERA staying at 1.8 there as he gave up that 1 earned run today. And here's his pitch count. 94 pitches, 78% strike percentage. All of them above 70%. I love that. Got to work on that splitter a little bit. That one was at 71%. As you can see, all those, we kept them low, and the one that got hit was out of the strike zone, so can't even be mad at it. Completely swung and missed that one. Fouled away 2. Took a couple. So like I said, I can't be completely mad at that splitter. The changeup, those we got to get down a little bit more. As you can see, a double was hit off one up in the top of the zone. But the curveball, I love seeing that spread. Nice low and away to most righties, low and into the lefties. The running fastball, I mean, you can really kind of throw that one all over the place. You see a lot of them taken, swung and missed. The home run was off of one that's way inside on the hands or way outside if that was a lefty. Can't be mad at that at all. My boy put up a great start. It gives us a 3-game win streak now. As we can go ahead and check the records here. Still have not clinched the 1 seed, unfortunately. So not the best record in the American League yet, as that's got to be coming here soon. So we'll keep a close eye on it. We'll kind of go game by game so we can kind of see when that will actually happen for us. We have Jesus Luzardo on the mound, who actually gets hurt during the game. So probably doesn't come out with the win, and we actually end up losing there as Matt Manning goes down. And we actually got a critical situation here, tied 4-4. Just got 3 in the bottom of the 9th. And we're trying to go ahead and finish this up. Fernando Gonzalez, 2 for 3 on the day already. And we've already got 3 runs this inning, so it's already gotten kind of loose. As Avenir Uribe is on the mound, is that we're going to try to steal on third. They got him. Kind of cut it a little quick there. My fault, y'all. But they did get him over there at third base. So we're going to have to go take this to extra innings. As Andres Munoz is on the mound here, we're going to let him keep pitching since the pitch count was low. See if we can keep this game down. As Drew Jones, I noticed he was out there at second base, and I actually end up leaving him in here as we get a suicide squeeze attempt. Get him at the plate. I love it. He tried to lay down that bunt, but Max missed it. We're able to go ahead and tag him for the final out, or for the second out of the inning, and get the strikeout that we need to end it. And they bring in Colton Gordon, but this is exactly why I left Drew Jones at second base, is because since he stole and got out, he is now starting off this inning, no outs, and at second base, and bringing Fernando Gonzalez back up. So that's why I was so risky with that steal, but I wasn't even really mad when he got caught, because it sets us up for a great extra inning here. A lot of speed at second. Gonzalez has been clutch all season. That's going to be a line drive out to right field that'll easily move the runner over to third. And now puts us in a great position to try to bring him around home to win this ball game. John Hayes, who we did call up in replace of Dylan Dingler to hopefully be on this postseason roster if he does good. He's batting .437. He's raising his hand up as he thinks he might have just won this game with that sac fly. The throw into the plate. He comes back over and he tags him out at the plate. Drew Jones' speed was not enough. That was just too shallow. He was able to come in, put that ball, not even on the money. The catcher had to come off the plate to go grab it, but just came back with plenty of time to go ahead and make the tag. I'm surprised with the speed. He was not able to make that one work. But unfortunately, we'll have to continue this thing to the bottom of the, or top of the 11th. And we'll have to do it again. We need Andres Munoz to put in a little bit more work. Getting this one started off a little bit better. Ground ball to the left side instead of the right to keep the runner at second. 25, almost 30 pitches through this, still throwing 100 miles per hour. So I know he's getting tired here soon. But with the full count to Thompson, he swings through the 100 mile per hour. He's still hitting triple digits all the way through 30 pitches. That's why I would expect the ERA to be low. It looks like he's pretty tough when he wants to be, getting 101 on the gun that time. Cleans them all up. Runner doesn't even advance. And now we've got Morris Jones coming in here. He's going to lay down a bunt. That should be moving up Hayes over to third. And Morris makes it into the first base easily. And it'll bring in Riley Green, who they have moved up second. So the lineup is a little bit different here today. But he lines one up the middle for a base hit. That'll be the ball game. You might as well not even pick it up. Hayes scores. And we walk away with this one with a victory, getting us to 1-1 on the season. We'll check the standings on the way back, but I'd imagine a win this time around has got to be able to clinch it for us. I don't know what the Astros were at, but I think they were at 61 losses. So this puts us at a position where at 102, the most we can get is 60. So I think we have locked up the #1 seed. We'll take a look at it when we get back into the main screen. But here, I just want to take a look at the stats. 13 hits today as a squad. 2 for Jones and Badu. 3 for Green up at the top. 2 more for Gonzalez and Hayes at the bottom. So really, it was the 8-9, 1-2-3 combo that kind of led it for us today. Laboratories getting 3 more RBIs, getting up to 78 on the season. And Joe, 6 innings, 2 earned. Not a bad start at all. Manning gave up 2 more earned runs, though, so I hope that he can get that fixed for the postseason. But it does end up looking like that we will take the #1 overall seed. As you see that we have the Z by our name. The Stros and Rays both clinched their divisions as well, but we have the top spot, and the Padres lock up their top spot as well. Still behind us in wins. Still haven't hit the 100 mark, but now with us basically having that done, we can simulate to the end of the season And you see your AAA are 76 and 74, so over 500, but no postseason. And the AA Sea Wolves, they finish well above 500 and end up in the postseason roster. So we'll take a look just down here at the minor leagues to see if they're able to make it deep into the postseason. They're up in the series right now 2-1. Lose the next one to even it back up, and we've done pretty good here, sweeping Boston, splitting with Milwaukee, and then taking the first two in Kansas. So we're up to 106 as we got a 7-1 victory here. So I'm really surprised about this one. 10 hits as a squad, 2 of them being for Guerrero, Green, and Vaughn. 4 RBIs for Vaughn, which should put him well over 100 with another homer. And Casey Mize comes back and gets a dub for us, getting put it back into that rotation. 7 innings of work that time. I think I said Casey Mize. I think I meant to say Jackson Jobe, I think. So that's my fault. But we did replace one of those two. Now I can't even remember which one I replaced. But one of them two got replaced and they came back and got that dub. So AA team ends up losing in the postseason. Our regular season is over. We end up losing to the Royals, so no sweep. We finish at 106 and 56, and it's time to go ahead and take a look at these end-of-year stats. As there's no really drama there. I mean, we knew we were in the postseason. We knew what was going on. It was just whether we're going to be the 1 seed or not, and we end up locking that up with ease, as well as hopefully the best record in the league. We'll take a look at that too soon as well. But you see a lot of the guys here, some of the stats in the background. We see Guerrero, 36 homers, 124 RBIs, batted over 300. Those are MVP type numbers, at least to me. Gleyber Torres put together a way better season than we had seen recently. 22 homers, 80 RBIs, 270, a much improved from last year in the same amount of games. Baddoo, 17 for 79. Vaughn, 29 for 104, 274. I just wish he didn't have so many errors. Morris Jones finished with 38 stolen bases, 36 doubles. So another 30-30 year. I think he had a 40-40 year last year, though. So not quite what he did last year, but still high value, batting 283, 2 to go along with it. 3 guys batting over 300 in the starting lineup. What was that? 6 or 7 guys batting over 270 on base. Almost all of us over 300. So I love that. 47 doubles by Akil Baddoo. Errors, gotta work on it. 25 for Vaughn, but it wasn't just him. Keith Clemens, with all the injuries he had, almost 200 less at bats than everybody else. Second most in errors. WAR 8.4 for Guerrero. Morris Jones is at 6. So I love the WAR numbers here. 4.1 for Baddoo and Vaughn. ISOs looking pretty good too as well. I said Vaughn. I did not mean Vaughn, but Baddoo did have a 4.1. ISOs are looking good though. Well over 200 for a lot of players. Pitching rotation was great. Jackson Jobe came in and filled in phenomenally for the struggling Matt Manning, even though he started off the season so strong. Tariq Skubal had another great year, 3.96 ERA, 1.24 whip. Luzardo, close to a Cy Young year. So we'll see if we can get that wrapped up for him. We'll check out the awards here in a second, because I did see y'all comment. Y'all didn't like how I said CY Young, so we'll say Cy Young. We'll say his name. But this is the real stat I care about for my starters. Quality starts compared to regular. 24 for 33 on Patrick, 23 for 32 on Jesus, 20 for 33 on Tariq, and 31 for Mize, and then 9 for 18 on Jackson Jobe. So shout out to all of them having really good starts, being well over 500. The WAR numbers over here were great too as well. 4.7 for Patrick, 4.2 for Jesus Luzardo, and the strikeout numbers even better for the bullpen. I wish Garrett Clevenger had a better ERA. Even though his FIP is good, the only one that had a 4 FIP was Jackson Jobe. But then his ERC is in the 5s too, close to his 6 ERA. So I actually finally did Google those and see what those fully meant to completely understand them and see the importance of those. So I do understand that having at least 2 of those 3 being bad is not good. Now, really quick, we wanted to set our playoff roster. They brought Wilmer Flores up again. I don't know why. We're sending him off the playoff roster, bringing Leo Franco up because I think he did more than enough to stay up here. 6 games, 2-0 record, a quality start in his only start. He gave up 4 home runs in 20 innings, which did suck, but a 2.6 ERA, 0.97 whip. He was not giving up a lot of hits at all. It was just those home runs that was killing us, and the advanced numbers were great for him too as well. Jake Rogers also will be going down. We're not bringing him or Dylan Dinger up. John Hayes ended up performing well, batting over 400, 2 RBIs, and his 17 at-bats up here at the big league level. He'll stay up here as the backup catcher if we should ever need it. And then Matt Verleen's going to come up too as well. And I thought we'd be able to keep the bullpen the same without having to send Garrett Clevenger down, but we are going to end up sending him down regardless to get more bats on the bench. So really quick, as these stats go in the back, I might not catch every single one. We'll go ahead and look at the team stats though. As we end up finishing 7th in batting average, runs, hits, we were also near the top 2, tied for 10th. 1,507, second in doubles, 323, led the league in triples with 55. Home runs, I wish we could hit more of these. Like, I really feel like we're doing good at home runs, but I mean, finishing middle of the pack, which is actually one of our best seasons in the series though, still in both that and the RBI category. and they're still middle of the pack, like not even near the top 5. So that is crazy to me. Even with Morris Jones probably leading the league in stolen bases, we were only 10th. We're not a team that strikes out a lot though, which I think plays into our favor. Slugging percentage, we're at 9th with a 452. On base, we're at 7th with 343. So as far as a hitting team, I'd say we're a very good team. I mean, offensively, I'd say overall that puts us top 10. Defense is definitely trash. We were 29th in fielding, 29th in fielding percentage. Only the Royals were worse. ERA, we ended up finishing 2nd though. So I mean, when you have a top 10 offense, top 3 pitching staff, defense you can kind of forget about. We finished 2nd in saves despite having somebody, Jordan Romano, almost break the record with 59 saves this season, getting so close to that 62 mark. So I was really proud of him for that. I thought he might end up breaking it. Hits allowed, 2nd only to the, a lot of our pitching stuff was only 2nd to the Padres. So I mean, they're obviously clearly number 1. We were number 2 as far as pitching staffs go, and that's not even just the starters, that's the bullpen too as well. Didn't really get a whole lot of strikeouts, but the win percentage is all that mattered. We ended up finishing with the best win percentage in the league, which means best record. Barely beating out the Padres. I say that probably equal to 2 games. We're at 106 wins there. The Rays ended up finishing 94 and 68. The Blue Jays 87. The Yankees ended up cracking it too as well. The Brewers ended up winning their division. The Phillies won their division with the Braves cracking the wild card too. Dodgers and Giants cracked the wild card, but the Padres finished at 103. So 3 wins less than we did. To overall, he placed us as there's the best team right now until the World Series happens in baseball. And then here we'll go to the league leaders as well. I don't think we had anybody really lead in anything very, very significant. We had a bunch of guys up in the top. Akil Baddoo led the league in doubles. Morris Jones actually tied for first with Mike Trout in triples with 13 home runs. This is when I really saw where the league was crazy. We had 3 people have over 40, and Vladimir Guerrero was the closest one, barely cracking the top 10, but 2nd in RBIs, runs. We ended up finishing with Morris Jones at 6th. 1st in stolen bases though with 38, so barely beating out Bubba Thompson. Walks, didn't really have anybody up there other than Morris Jones. On base and slugging, you know, kind of Aaron Judge, Corey Seager. But we do have like Akil Baddoo up there in the top 8 too as well. Slugging percentage, we didn't really have anybody else up there. As Vladimir Guerrero finished in the top 10. And then moving into our pitching leaders, here's OPS 2 as well. We had 3 guys hit over that 1,000 mark. Guerrero, the highest person we had for that one at 9th, batting .940. Wins, Jackson Jones is finishing tied for first with Herman Marquez and Hunter Brown with 17. Straight out the bullpen to the rotation. I love it. Tariq Wall actually finished top 4 too. Casey Mize and Patrick Sandoval tied for 7th. So I mean, and Jesus Lazaro tied there with him too at 15. So the whole rotation basically is up here in this top 10 marker. So that's a beautiful rotation. Jesus Lazaro actually ended up leading the league in losses with 4 for all pitchers that qualify. Saves, Romano led astronomically with 59. More than 10 best over the next person. ERA, Patrick Sandoval finished 4th with 3. Didn't have anybody crack under that 3 ERA for us, which is kind of sad, but to be expected. We do give up a lot of runs here and there, but not a lot of home runs. As you see, 1, 2, 3 Tigers starting pitchers right here in the top 10 in the home runs allowed. Shutouts, I mean, most of our shutouts that we had were team ones. Not very few of them were like complete game shutouts. Unfortunately, like that's one thing I do hate about, like, I don't know if it's the actual players in real life or just the game being stricter on stamina, but it is so, like, you see some of these pitchers are up here on these stamina things with 70 in the 70s. Like, it's rare to find a starting pitcher that has stamina in the 90s, let alone like 85 plus. It is so hard to find starting pitchers like that. So complete games, nowhere near where they used to be. Like, they used to be like 8, 10 of them. Innings pitched used to be around like the 250 mark for league leaders. Now it's hard to find people breaking over 200. I don't think we had a single starting pitcher get over 200 innings pitched this season, which does kind of suck, but that's what it is. It is nowadays, so I guess we just got to live with it. Casey Mize, 2nd in whip here with 108. Pitching WAR, Patrick Sandoval, 3rd with a 4.7. Batting, we ended up with Vladimir Guerrero 2nd with his 8.4. And now we go ahead and jump into these awards. It's Brandon Lau ends up winning the MVP. CY Young goes to Christian Javier. Jesus Lazaro ends up finishing 3rd, which is kind of sad, but I guess, I mean, he did have a lower than 3 ERA, a lot of strikeouts, so I can feel it. The batting title ends up getting won here by Eloy Jimenez. So we didn't really have like a whole bunch of guys like in the league for a lot of these awards. Obviously, we knew Jordan Romano was going to get that reliever of the year. That was no problem. Lamar McClennan ends up winning the Rookie of the Year. The only reason I highlight this is because this is one of the players that we actually wanted to get in the draft a couple years ago with middle relief. We were just too good. Obviously, we weren't a top 3 pick at the time. I think we were like 18th or something like that at the time. We weren't able to get him in that high. So I'm proud of him for winning that Rookie of the Year, going up to 84 overall too, as well as young as he is. That's amazing. Let me know if you see any of your favorite players winning awards behind us. Guerrero ends up winning Gold Glove for third base, which is great, despite playing first base for most of the year. Just because Vaughn was so terrible at third, or at first. Riley Green ends up winning Gold Glove in the outfield with the strong arm that he has. I'm not surprised at all. Vaughn actually ends up finishing second in Silver Slugger awards. Obviously, 10 home runs behind the one that was in first, so I can see it. Guerrero ends up winning it for third base, though, so shout out to him, just slightly going over Devers. Probably just the RBI boost that kind of helped him out because he was 1 home run back. Average was a little bit lower. And then, of course, we want to go through the NL side, too, as well, really fast. So let me know if any of you guys that love NL teams, let me know if you see any of your favorite teams. We also need to start thinking about what team we're going to come back for next MLB The Show, because it's going to be back on the NL side. We did the AL, so we need to start looking at some of the worst teams on the NL that we can go ahead and rebuild. So let me know any ideas that you guys might have for teams that you would want to see on the next MLB The Show that are on the National League side of the spectrum that we can go ahead and try to rebuild and build them into a Super Bowl champion as well. So quick little look at the final playoff roster here. We have Tariq Skubal, Patrick Sandoval, Jesus Luzardo. Yes, I'm going with our 3 lefties back to back to back. And then going Casey Miles, Jackson Jobe if we need him. In the bullpen, we got Leo Franco, Matt Manning, Jerome Mantle, Munoz, Hicks, Fairbanks. And so basically, I mean, everything kind of stayed the same. I ended up going with that plan of putting Hicks as the middle relief and letting our 2 starter pitchers be over there on the outside. I just wanted to go lefties all up to the top, just because I feel like they were the 3 that performed the best all season. So I feel like those are our true 3 best pitchers. And of course, nothing really changes for the lineup as well either. Jackson Jobe, or not Jackson Jobe, but I think Keith Clemens is hurt right now, but he'll be in the starting lineup too as well. But we just still have Jace Jong still up. So as you can see, our opponent is going to be the Los Angeles Angels, as they went in and took care of Toronto, losing the first game but winning the last 2. And we will be facing the 5 seed here in the first round of the postseason of the American League Divisional Series. So, I mean, you have the Yankees getting swept by the Rays, unfortunately, as the 6th seed, but they will be taking on Houston. So we'll see if we have a different challenge there, as the Angels are actually a different challenge for us, too, in the postseason. We normally face either Houston or Cleveland as far as the American League side goes. And then we'll look and see if anything changes on the National League side. Will we get a rematch against the Padres? They're the 1 seed, too, as well. Brewers are the 2. And you can see that the Braves beat the Phillies 2-1. The Dodgers swept the Giants 2-0. So 2 little divisional matchups there for the wild card on that side. And we have the Dodgers and Padres, Braves and Brewers, us and the Angels, and then finally the Rays and the Astros. So if you guys are ready for the American League Divisional Series to see how that shakes up and see if we make it to the championship series, man, make sure you guys subscribe so you know when the videos are coming out. Turn that bell on, road to 1K, leave a like and comment down below what you guys are thinking of the series, and if you guys are ready for the Madden to go ahead and drop, man. I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's me, boy SGG, aka the King of Games, aka SmooveGotGame, aka GM Smooth. And I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. I'm gone for the day. Later.